Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to another episode of Unhinged. I am Deli Pops,
I'm King Cam.
and today we have a special guest.
Vanessa.
Wind of change.
The wind of change, oh. I was like, we need to get Vanessa on this podcast because she's unhinged.
So tell us about yourself. What do you do? Who are you?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Vanessa. What voice should I use? Should I use like a sexy one of those? Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa. I'm a designer of a brand called Inyosi. I will say that clearly. NYOSI. I used to be a banker before, and I've worked in advertising. I think I'm an all-round interesting person. I don't know. I'm just here to kick it. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you for a sexy intro.
Very
You're
sexy.
welcome.
For a sexy girl.
You're welcome.
To go with the persona. Thank you.
So how was your week? Did anything unhinged happen this week?
Let me think about it. I don't think so, actually. I think I've had a relatively regular week in terms of like just work and just hanging. Nothing special has happened yet, but we still have Friday and Saturday to decide. But so far, so good. It's just been a very Lagos week, man.
And the heats.
Yeah, it's literally just boiling, so I can't even go out and do anything. Did go to Taco Tuesday with my friend. That was cute, but I was overstimulated and I went home, so it was alright, actually. Yeah, that's it. How's your week?
So I mistakenly threw my hard drive down the stairs and I've
What?
been so sad.
How did that happen?
Like I was watching something, I was doing something, and then it was plugged to my laptop, and then I didn't notice that it was hanging. So it was when I got to the top floor, and I realized and decided to
Tumbled
fall.
all the way.
So I've been very upset about
Can you
that.
fix it?
They told me that surely I'm not trying to fix this.
So this lady, get out of here.
They were
please.
like,
How's your
"Madam, please."
Have I told you my gate man is hooked on weed?
What do you mean by hooked on weed? Hooked on weed? As a Camille, I beg. What is hooked on
He's
weed?
hooked. He's deeply hooked. And I find Igbo addiction to be very strange.
How can you be hooked on Igbo of all
He's-
things?
So
He's
wait,
hooked.
how is he hooked? He just smokes all the time now.
My mom's driver literally just came and he was angry. You know, John is very principled. He was like, this man cannot stay here. Just smoking, morning, afternoon, and night, smoking. That sometimes in the night, some strange boys will be bringing him back to the house. That he will get so high he cannot move. And I said, so some strange boys now know where I live.
Yeah, I hate to be. Yeah. How long has he worked with you?
Not long. And the way my house is set up, I'm currently looking for a replacement because we leave it to my mom.
Especially because it's bringing strange people to the house
Bring it to
Bruh.
people
in the middle of the night.
And then
In this
apparently
economy.
in the middle of the night, so I take the dogs out around like midnight for their final
Can we take your
toilet of
dogs
the
out?
day.
We're on the phone at 3 a.m. and you're outside with your dog.
Okay, but
which
the
was a bit
first
crazy.
toilet
I didn't even
one
know
we
you
are
had more
living
than
there.
one dog.
Yeah, my sister has another one. It's
Okay.
always with me, so technically it's also my
Okay.
dog. See the owner there.
Hi.
So, but I noticed that the gate is always open. I'm always telling the night guard, lock this gate. You say, oh, the other one is out. I said, no, anybody that is out of this house after 9, just lock the
See
gate.
you at
Okay, you
6 a.m.
are you not outside of your house after 9?
Do they leave the gate open for me? Maybe that when I come home, they are fast asleep.
And you're calling. My parents are always telling me I'm so inconsiderate that I wake people up just because I want to party. Okay.
Just some life fun.
You know, you guys had fun in your day now. Mom will be saying that when I was your age, we'll go out we'll go out from 2 p.m. we'll be out till 2 a.m.
I
Girl,
don't think my mom
please.
was giving them. My mom's actually really quiet, very reserved, a complete and stark and extreme opposite from me.
Is it because she has exhausted herself?
No, she's just never really been like a fun time girl. She's always just been very, mommy-ish. So she never was one to. My dad, yeah, but my mom never really party. Never really had a desire to party. Tried to get her to drink wine the other day. She was like, oh. So she's one of those people.
Fair.
She should meet my mother, vodka mama.
My mother does not like alcohol at all, and she cannot wrap her head around the concept of me constantly being drunk. I'm not constantly drunk, but if I go out, I will have a drink, and my mom cannot really understand.
People that don't drink never understand why people that drink.
People that are like, oh, Friday night, and I just want to spend my time in my bed, relaxing. Boring.
Boring.
Why must you always tell us about
it? Exactly. It's the same thing with people who are private. Oh,
I'm so private.
Date in public or have my relationship in private. Oh, I like to dress modest. Okay, we get it.
They're always publicly private.
Yes, they're always publicly
exactly.
private.
I think people don't have. People just always have to announce
how private
to everybody what it is that they're really about. Oh, I'm so different because I don't party.
I'm vegan.
You know what? I actually have a personal issue with vegans. I really don't know why they keep disturbing people with their vegan ass cooking videos. I don't want to see that.
Do you know what kills me
it's
about
just
vegans?
like chicken.
That's what I was about to say. Do you know what kills me about vegans?
Cauliflower. So it's like just call it what
cauliflower wings. It cannot be wings because cauliflower can't fly.
Exactly. Yeah. Or they'll say
cauliflower steak.
Tofu steak barbecue. Oh man.
Leave us alone.
Just eat your veg in peace. Stop disturbing. I have a friend who always posts vegan videos. I mean, nice videos, nice colors, but
nice colors.
Yeah, I could do without that.
Did you guys see that babe that posted on Twitter? She was like, "Oh, I'm so basically being like, oh, I'm so modest. I didn't wear makeup on my wedding, and I'm so covered up." And everybody was like, "Shut the fuck up."
I did see that. And again, back to it just being interesting with how people always want to announce what it is that they're doing. She was like, oh, you don't have to be naked to be a bride. I can count on one hand
how many times
I've seen a naked bride, and I don't think I've ever seen any. So it's like, and then, I did see people in the comments saying, oh, the world is upside down. She's getting cooked for being modest. Actually, no, she's not being cooked for being modest. She's getting cooked because she's definitely trying to portray herself as better than other women who might choose more outlandish options. And really, it's not a competition, and that is what the issue is. People just like to pretend to be obtuse because it's like, oh yeah, how can people be hating on her because she wants to cover herself up? That's not the issue. The issue is that she clearly has a chip on her shoulder and thinks she's better than people who might want to have some cleavage. And really, you're not. And the outfit, let me not talk about the outfit. So
I'm just thinking about.
Focus on.
I imagine see someone like you. Can you ever hide your cleavage?
As
we should now post and say, if I never post wedding pictures,
maybe I'll do turtleneck as my wedding dress.
Even saw another one as well. Said if your thighs are out, you're naked.
Okay.
If your breast is showing, you're naked.
Okay.
If your private part is showing, you're naked. But again, who shows their vagina?
Thank you.
Through their wedding dress. I've never met anyone do that. I've never seen anyone do that. So I really don't know. Just be modest. Enjoy your wedding. Your day is not really about what other people do. It's really about what you're trying to do. I think more people need to really lean into that.
Thank you.
And shut the fuck up and mind their business.
It's very good for you.
I agree.
So, yes, icebreakers. So we have icebreakers.
Okay.
I just ask a bunch of interesting, very, very interesting things, and then you answer first.
Wait, do we all answer?
Yes. Yeah, but you go first.
Okay.
Because we're gracious. Yeah, guests. Okay.
Okay.
So what would you do if you went on a date? Mm-hmm. Let's say the first date, and the man ordered many oysters and slopped all of them and started stacking the plates in front of you.
Oh my God.
I think, I like to think I'm really nice. So I would likely stay to the end of the date. I think just in disbelief, I might try and take a picture and send to my best friends, group chat, like, guys.
To be like, guys, you will
look
not
at
believe
what is before me.
What is happening right now.
But I think I might, stay in some extreme cases. I'm really sick, I need to leave. But I wouldn't, I think I would just leave. I will have on my face that I'm a bit disgusted, but I don't think I will vocalize that.
How can you be on the day?
Yeah, and what if he's looking you dead in the eye like
Then you not say, oysters are an aphrodisiac.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so it's really a bit of a sticky one, but I think I might endure maybe 1 hour just 1 hour of me just drinking and trying to enjoy myself before I go home. Yeah.
What about you?
You know, I can't keep my mouth shut. I have to ask him why he's doing this. I have to say something. I just can't control myself. I will have to say something.
Me too. I'll be like, why? I'll be like, is this necessary?
I'll have to ask
think I
him
might
why
just-
he's doing this.
Or ask him, is this your first time meeting us?
Enjoy my drink and just
Yeah, better person than us.
Yeah,
just-
better person than us because
you
I have
do
to
your
say
thing and
something.
enjoy
After this is your
the
first time.
next. I don't really like, not that I don't like talking to men, but when I see strange things, I sometimes like to leave them to just do the strange thing, but I just excuse myself, from the situation. Okay.
Okay. You're dating someone. It's going really, really well.
Okay.
All your friends, they love him. Your family loves him. Then you guys go for a wedding and he starts aggressively doing
Oh,
legwork.
hell no. Anyone who knows me actually will know that my toxic traits, and I know sometimes it rubs people up the wrong way, but I really hate to see a nigga dance.
No,
I really
I hate
cannot.
dancing ass niggas.
And there's a nice, cool
Way to dance.
two-step,
Yeah.
and then like you go to a wedding, you now see someone. I
You know the
would
worst
really
part?
don't have that.
when they form a circle around him and he's now in the middle, and then the handkerchief always comes from somewhere. and
No,
he's there.
no, I cannot have that.
That's too bad.
And my personal belief is that I wouldn't. There's nothing really I would be able to like. How I think it's a personality, not flaw. It's a strong personality trait. If you're like the type of man that can dance like that at a wedding, and if you can't do that, then it means that we can't really get on. So how would we even further? I'm sorry, man. I mean,
always
to
the
each
hanky
their
for
own,
me.
no, but I'm not having that.
Where
I
does the
would
hanky
not.
come from?
I don't
Someone
know. Somebody
just
always just has
brings
one.
it out from somewhere.
And it's annoying.
And then, like, I went to a wedding once, and I don't know where these guys came out from, but I really also don't know what they drank. But one of them was on all fours doing like stuff.
See, the
And I remember-
wedding that we went for in Greece was somebody now on the floor
No,
doing
fuck
that.
You know what happened to that nigga? Stop that rubbish.
Can we hear the story?
Let's talk offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot I wrote this and I wrote it right before you walked in. You find out that your man calls his pastor daddy.
Oh my God.
Guess what? Also, no.
Oh my
Because
God.
people don't like to call weird things as what they are weird. I have a father at home. I'm not calling a pastor who, okay, you preach to me. How does that make you my dad? What is that about? I think it's a really strange, and I think generally, religion is a very touchy subject for Nigerians, but I think Nigerians typically have a very weird relationship with religion, because I have never been anywhere else where I've seen people so quick, oh, daddy is coming, daddy's coming. My mom is a pastor. No one calls her. People call her ma. Sometimes people try to call her mommy. But before that, I've never heard my mom call anyone daddy or mommy. Pastor is enough. Pastor this, pastor that, deaconess this, deaconess that. I think that's okay. But if you're a grown-ass man and you're looking at another grown-ass man and you're saying to yourself, this is my daddy, all the while having a father at home. Spiritual father. I would even prefer spiritual leader, because that kind of person, any small issue you have in your marriage, the first person he will call is that his
Daddy.
so-called spiritual daddy. I'm not, again, there's many things I will not have. That is top. I'm so happy you asked that. That's actually top of my list. That's a serious red flag for me.
Funny enough, when I meet men, I always ask them, so what's your religion like? Like, I need to know, like obviously, I want to be in a relationship with somebody who is religious, but not to the point that you are crazy.
Fair.
That's why
like
I think people have a very weird. People don't realize anything done as in extremes is just
It's bad.
bad.
Yes.
No matter what it is, if you party extremely, it's bad.
Bad.
If you drink extremely, it's bad.
bad.
If you are addicted, it almost becomes cult-like, where it's like you can't make any singular decision on your own without calling your father is even at home in most cases. Your father is alive or your mother is alive. Or at best you have uncles and aunties, but you're calling this
A strange
first
man
daddy. Oh my God.
And those are the same people that when the pastor starts doing very crazy things, sleeping with men in church, all of them, they'll be the first to say, no,
That's not what happened. Or
There's
no,
a
that's not what he
certain
did.
church that I won't mention, but BBC just did their documentary, and people are still fighting for that church
yes.
as glaring as the evidence is. So again, with you can come out and say your spiritual daddy violated 100 women, slapped this one, slapped all. They'll say it's a lie.
It's a lie. Everybody's lying.
That is an attack against the kingdom. Man,
Very crazy.
that's a no for me, dog. That's a no for me.
That's all for my icebreakers. Let me just stop right there.
Okay, so let's move on to our topic of the day. Our topic of the day is friendship.
Yay!
So if you follow Vanessa, you know that she has an amazing friend circle.
Yes.
So
And she's a ride or
yes,
die
she's a ride or
friend.
die friend. Though.
I feel like I really like being known for good friendships. That's it, really. Thanks, guys. Oh,
What a lovely brand.
She's a good
all
friend,
the
though.
lovely things to be known for. Thank you. Thank you.
I love female friendships.
Oh,
I feel like
that is my
they're
rock.
so important. Like you just
They
need
are
to have
very
your
important,
babes.
yes.
Guy.
And I feel like not a lot of babes experience good friendships.
Please, can I say something while we're on the subject? I hate babes that are like, I just don't trust women.
Yeah, I don't
like,
trust women. Like I just talk
prefer
to
having male
men.
friends. Like,
Talking
women
to
are
men
just
that
so
now really-
problematic.
Yeah,
Men,
I think
dead.
it's just those things are just residuals from internalized misogyny. When you convince yourself, and I think most of us have been there. I've also, when I was much younger, I think maybe I was 20, 21, so that's a long time ago. I was convinced that men were better friends.
Yeah.
And that I was like, oh yeah, women will bicker, they'll do this, they'll do that. But with men, it's just cool, man. It's just, but and no offense to men. I'm not speaking, please, not all men, so that no one starts whining or whinging. But I find that a lot of male friendships are very shallow and
yes.
surface level.
They're not even good to themselves.
And no one really goes so deep into it. You see someone, oh, my friend slept with my ex, or my friend did this with my girlfriend, but they are still guys. My friend said this about me. My friend did this with my money, but you guys are still telling yourselves that you're guys. Whereas I think women are more willing to do the hard work of confronting and communicating about situations. So I find personally my female friendships have been more nurturing. And even a lot of the guys that I was close to, I don't think I have any relationships with them anymore. Because, life happens and, not to speak on anyone, but, if someone, a lot of times, if a female friend has stepped ahead of me, maybe in terms of career or life or whatever, I never really feel that lag because they've carried me along. Whereas with men, if something changes in their financial situation or their romantic situation, and that's not to say that as a female friend, I can't respect the boundaries of someone's romantic relationship. But a situation whereby maybe the guy's doing so much better in his relationship, and then suddenly he has all these new, cool, rich friends or whatever, and you who was grinding with him, not grinding because I didn't help you do your work, but I've been with your friend since, and then suddenly, things have changed, we're no longer as close as we used to be. I find that was more recurrence with the male friends that I have as opposed to the women. So please, I like to extend some grace when women say, oh, it's something that we've been taught, but girl.
And another thing I want to say about women is that women will forgive a man 1,000,000 times, but your friend will do something to you. Just have the conversation with her. You say, hey, she's dead to me. She's this, she's that. Meanwhile, your man has been knocking bills on your head for the last 2 years, but you're forgiving him each time. Oh, but suddenly your female friend is dead to you because of one little issue. It's so ras.
Yeah, it is quite ras. That I haven't really, not that I haven't confronted of, but I will say I've been lucky in that department where majority of my friends were people who will converse and talk about what's happening. I think, while I can't really make a case for everyone, but it's a funny thing how generally women are more forgiving of their romantic partners as opposed to their friendships. I think people just need to extend a lot of grace to your friends. And I say this all the time because every human being is prone to fucking up. Like everyone will make mistakes, and I will always be very big on communicating even if you're cutting somebody off, even if you feel like you've had enough, at least talk about it. Let there be a conversation. Except it's an extreme case where there's really nothing more to be said. Yeah, that's different. Well,
And I also hate cases where you have a problem with your friend. Instead of being like, guy, let's talk, you go and type one stupid long message saying, talking nonsense. I'm like, are you crazy? If you and me have a problem, tell me, guy, let's have a conversation. Don't send me one stupid passage about how I annoyed you and how I should never try it. I'm like,
Yeah.
from what, like, yeah, like, I had a friendship breakup and the person sent me a crazy message and I was like, from where to where? Like, if you and me have an issue, buzz me. Be like, can we talk about this thing? We don't have to be friends. If you don't want to be friends, that's fine. But don't send me one stupid message and say, I'm telling you because I don't want it to happen. Are you crazy?
Yeah, you can come in at you quite
As your
aggressive.
mom.
Like, do you
See, I
understand? So things like that throw me off. You cannot
Yeah.
come to me on that kind of wavelength. If me and you have an issue, tell me, oh, what you did yesterday, I didn't like it. I
Let's
didn't like
talk
it
about
because, and then give me a chance to say this is the reason why I
Yes.
did it. Don't be so aggressive where it's like,
Also, in communicating, yes, people need to be very careful with their words, even in romantic situations, right? I always say, like, you know, there's some things that you can't take back. No matter how you try. And I've had a friendship breakup before, and it was one of those things that, you know, even in the heat of the moment, like, I wasn't really saying much, but the things that were being said to me, I just knew that there would be no way for me to get back to that friendship without being a circus clown. Because you can't take some of those things that have been said, you can't take them back. You've already put it out there, like, you're not communicating and saying, oh, this is my grievance and this is what's happened. Why are you telling me to shut the fuck up?
Okay,
so
then
why
are your friends? Or are you not going to go and talk to other people who are not helping you write these crazy texts?
Stupid
The other people are not
texts.
telling other people. I'm like,
I think
me
like,
and you are Raki. Let me and you face each other.
I've had a few, and one comes to mind. So when it comes to friendships, and I look at like my friends right now, Adele and I have been friends literally since primary school.
Yeah.
Look at my other friends, Debola, since primary school. We met, so a lot of it is long standing, but even the new ones, there's a lot of quality there. I remember one friend that I had from secondary school, and then when we were in uni, it wasn't even. It was she was being very, very, very shady, and I brought it up with her, and I was very happy that someone else was in the car when we were having the conversation because she would have lied. And she said to me that she's never really seen me as her friend, so she didn't think that there was anything wrong with what she did to me.
You didn't tell me this one though.
When after I am offline, I'll tell you how you remember. So and I think that was the biggest shock to me. So when she finished talking, I just said okay. Because one thing I'll not do is keep talking.
There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, I just said okay.
You just have to say, okay, no problem. I've heard you.
And for someone like me that I forgive, I forgive things to the point
It's
where
so
sometimes
annoying. I'll be beefing somebody because of Camille. Anything I'll
just
see
forget.
Camille
It's true, it's
shiny her teeth with the person.
Do you know how many people need to know has that I can't look at it? And then she's like, and you see me in the background like
I don't know, like I forget. So like if
yeah.
as long as I've said what I need to say, once I've said it, I'm good. As long as and I have to have a conversation. So if you're just somebody I say hello to, do whatever, I'm not going to talk to you. But as long as I know that we'll see each other and be bantering, I have to say what's on my mind, right?
Yeah.
So once I've said it, I'm okay. But because Adele is the kind of friend that she will carry your matter on her head to her grave. She'll be angry and I would have forgotten what happened.
So now if I'm fighting with somebody, I have to be very sure that it is a solid forever fight. If not, anytime I mention the person's name going forward, it's always going to hiss. And no matter what it is, I can just say I went somewhere, I kept my bag, the person kicked my bag on the floor and didn't say sorry. She will carry that in her mind for the next 5 years.
That's me.
Lordy.
No, but when it comes, friendship breakups are very, very, very painful. Very, very, very painful. And this thing about, I just want to go back to that guy's thing. I find that a lot of our guy friends value their friendship with us babes even more. So when it comes to serious things, when they're looking for advice, it's us that they are calling. When it's just I want to go and play football or I want to go and fuck bitches, they go and talk to their guys. When shit now hits the fan and they need very serious talk,
advice or talk,
and then they come and meet us. So I don't know. I know that when it comes to friendships, women have actually saved my life. As in, the job I have now, it was a babe that referred me. Every time I've had issues, it's babes. I know that. I always tell people that if anything happens to me, who are you calling? I'm calling Adele.
Yeah.
Like, I know if I think about all my emergency contacts on my phone are
all
babes.
my girls,
like
yeah.
there's guys are there and guys are fantastic and they are awesome, but there's the kind
Are
of
they really
quality.
that fantastic?
No,
I don't think so.
No, we have some good
we
male
have some
friends.
good male friends, definitely.
We have some
but
good male
when I
friends,
think
but-
about the value I
You
get
guys
from
travel
having
together, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do a trip
I thought
every
we were all
year.
dating.
Yeah. Nice. It was obvious I was a.
To
To
you, to
that you know what
yeah.
friendship is like.
To other people, is that your boyfriend? Shut up.
No, but when it comes down to it, babes, 10 over 10
Yeah.
good
Chef's
quality.
kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. I think. I don't know. I've had really. Like I always say, I've been really lucky in the female friend departments, and like you said, like I feel like no matter what happens, I always have not even just one friend. I feel like if something happened now, I have at least 5 of my girls that I can call, that I know that. And it's not just in terms of financial help or anything. It could really be anything. It could be emotional issues. It could be some trauma. I could have had an accident. There's always one girlfriend who is always there for me. But I've said this year, no more ladies trips, guys. I'm ready for vacation.
That's why we do co-ed.
No more ladies trips. Because I have been traveling with my girls for the past how many? It is okay.
No, I'm doing already. This year you will see me on my vacation, and I'll post my hair like this. The block is
just
face. I just want hand
put his
somewhere.
leg and my leg out now. I'll start giving them those things. Enough of the ladies trips, even though I love my girls now. But it is okay.
No. Okay. So I know we're talking about female friends, right?
Yeah.
But I also want to ask, you said you don't have a lot of guy friends. Can you date any of your guy friends?
Hell
Friendship
no.
is friendship.
Of course not.
I cannot.
They're all
They're all
clowns.
clowns.
No offense to my guys, but some of the I love, and this is not coming from a place of judgment, but I'm thinking about some of the times I've had to advise my guys on things that typically seem so glaring. And it's like, are you telling me you cannot figure this out
By yourself?
on your own? And
Can you
obviously,
not
I
see
see
it?
them in romantic. I've seen how some of them have handled romantic situations, and I think it's just the thing with, even if I was a lesbian, I wouldn't be able to date any of my female friends. When you see somebody too much, you guys have seen yourselves finish. People say friendship is a good basis for a relationship, and I do believe that. But I think just to
Not the one that you are doing now.
Exactly.
You need to have that, like, even if it's just like some pizzazz,
mystery.
yeah, something like
Let
just.
there be, even if your partner is your friend, there has to be some mystery.
Yeah.
Not these my guy friends, they know which guy dumped me.
Yes,
they know the guy that dumped me.
like my guy friends will be
They
telling me,
know,
what's wrong with this
no.
girl? I'm like, bro, and I hate talking bad about girls. So even like it's a thing of you're dating someone, everybody can see that the girl is a clown. You two, you're a clown, you're a bunch of clowns. But obviously, I always feel bad when he's like, okay, so what do I think about her? And in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, you are both stupid. But I don't know how to say it because obviously I don't want to mess up anybody's relationship. So I'm always like, she's not bad.
Yeah,
but
I
you
always
can
have to say, she's not bad.
I always
Because you should figure it out for yourself. Because
Thank
also
you.
you don't want to be.
I don't want to be
that
Adele
female
said.
friend
Adele said.
that
Adele
seems
said.
as if you're just cock blocking. Hey, if you guys are having fun,
Have the fun.
have the fun.
Exactly.
Like,
It might work for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's up with? I don't know. Maybe that God has ordained that's what we'll be together.
Thank
so let me not be
you.
the one that
Thank-
hook my life.
I always
and
wait
stuff.
until they break up. When they have not broken up before that break up, I'm like,
And
anyway.
if I'm not sure, I'm not.
I'll not say this was
I felt,
a-
but I think sometimes people need to see things for themselves.
Yes.
I don't want to start telling. I don't think you should date this girl. Or next thing now, you hear that you were trying to corner the guy for yourself.
Yes.
And I don't think that's necessary. So
And it's like,
I love
nigga.
all my guy friends. I love them, but I can't. Even if they were the last men on this planet, that means the world just has to end because I cannot give them. I can't.
I always think whenever I'm talking to one of my aunties and she's like, but you have guy friends, and I start thinking to myself, which of my guy friends can I date? And I'm always like, none.
There's one particular one. It's so bad that even my brother's friends have sent him like our TikToks and been like, why can't these two just be in a relationship? And I'm like, are you crazy? Somebody I know that is stark raving mad. People are telling me I should be in a relationship with them.
There
Is
are
it by
5 people,
TikTok?
mad people in
It's
this life.
just
This world.
nah, man. You know too much of their secrets. You see how they operate sometimes. I'm just like, I think when I was younger, I used to have a friend who, maybe I would just. So we had a friendship whereby most times I could just come to the house if I wanted. Like I didn't really have to call beforehand. And, sometimes I would go to her house and, there's a girl there and he'd be like, oh, I was younger, so please, easy on me now. He'll be like, oh, this is my friend Vanessa. Vanessa, this girl I've been telling you about since blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, yeah. He told me so much about you, but I'm looking at him like, who? That is when I was at my expenses. Now I would disgrace the guy and be like, babe, sorry, he has never told me about it. Because, hey,
we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been before. I used to be like, so he really told me about you, how you're so lovely. Very lovely to meet you. I was really part of that drama, God forbid. Things I will never do again.
Can I say my current favorite thing to watch is when Vanessa goes to Itunu's house?
Yes.
That's my current
She's
favorite
enjoying her marital home more than her.
I feel so sorry for Itunu's husband because every time he's trying to just unwind, you just hear... and I'll comment, but he's really lovely. Again, which is even another thing. How important is getting along with your friend's partner? Maybe that's another conversation.
We have that
but
conversation.
It's
very important. So
I really, really, really love how well we get on and how we can just like hang out, we can talk, we can gist. He never, I would say, even like me aside, like it's news other friends, he never makes anyone like feel uncomfortable. Like, oh God, can this? There's some people that if their partner is around, you won't see what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll see you later. But never like that. He's always ready to host me. Sadly,
are you talking to him with the camera?
It's Ramadan now, so they are fasting. So sometimes I might go to the house and like break their fast. But I will say I'm really enjoying my best friend as a wife. If I had known it would be like this, I would have pressed my husband. But we thank God, it's never too late.
You know what? What you just asked now, is it important to get along with your friends' partners? And I think it's very important.
It's very
you don't have to
important.
be best friends, though.
But because like if we're hanging out, let's all be able to gist.
Yes.
Let's say let's go to make on Friday. It will not be awkward. One person is not squeezing face. One person is not like, this your friends. I always come here. Like, let it just
or
be
you
cool.
start plotting how you invite the person on a day when their man is not around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All those things.
I don't really like that. I think how many of my friends are married? All my close friends who are married, I get on very well with their husbands, and I would even go as far as saying that we all have like would I say an ecosystem? Like we all can hang out.
Yes.
We can all go out. Like everyone is getting on. Not one person is like irritating somebody or like being lousy and just talking anyhow. Because you do have people who sometimes will marry. Because I remember one time, a long time ago, I went somewhere and I can't remember. I think it was a wedding that a friend had invited me to. And so she was like, oh, please sit down here. Let me go and get a seat for you. I sit down and somebody's husband walks up to me. That seat is taken. And the issue isn't that he was trying to take the seat or save it for whoever it was. He was being really nasty and being really rude. And I remember looking at him and I asked him, I'm like, is there really no better way to say this? I didn't know who he was. And then 10 minutes later, I see him talking to his wife. And I mean, it was a long time ago. Maybe he's changed. I don't really know, nor do I give a fuck. But I remember being really disgusted, because he saw who brought me to the table. So he has a relationship with this person that brought me to the table, meaning that even if you don't know me, I'm sure friends with some people here. And just the way he was nasty, I'm like, is this what somebody is calling head of home?
Head of who? That you did.
Like, because of chair at a wedding that you bring, like, such a nasty attitude. But I don't want to see my friends saying, my friends are the best in the world. But luckily, I don't really experience that. Like, I can hang out with anybody. No one is being misogynist. No one is making nasty comments. Like, everyone can have a friendship party. So I think I would say it's important for me personally. But even if I didn't get on with someone's partner, I'm not going to now say, because of that, don't date them. Please, to each their own. But in that department, it would be very nice that everyone gets on, because it just makes it easier to hang out.
We've been really lucky with that. Like, and our friends' husbands even give us space to So, for instance, we have a friend who, whenever we go to her husband give us like 1 hour to catch up.
Yeah.
Then you now call
not like, okay, so what's going on?
And it's just, like you said, that's relationship is just so important. Everybody is just okay. Everybody is just comfortable.
Yeah, because not wonder if someone just comes, the air is now so thick, you don't want to laugh too much. It's just like, please, The next thing you start seeing everybody looking at their man, babe, I think I have to just. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Okay,
and then you even hear stories about how like friends, maybe one friend is in a relationship that is clearly toxic, and the other friends are they don't want to leave that friend, but then they don't know how to handle the toxicity because those toxic relationships, unfortunately,
they spill over.
Yes, like man, I just thank God for my own friends because everybody does very much okay the way they are.
Really, really thank God, man. That there's many things like sometimes you go on Twitter, you see people. I saw a really sad story actually this week, and some girl was saying how her friend ghosted her after she loaned her some money. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
She had
the husband now. Yeah, I remember.
Yes, that the husband then had to like sort of
he paid her
and get part. She got part of the money from him. Things like that. Honestly, man, I don't really know what I would do if I was in that situation. And I have lost a very close friend before. But even that one, I thank God every day because it's a friendship that maybe if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to let go of. And it's a friendship that wasn't even serving me in any way. So I thank God for that. So I haven't really lost a friend that I didn't need to lose.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Where it's like, oh, everything was going great, and then the person just one day just fucked up. I've never really experienced that.
Every time I've told God at the beginning of the year, read my life, people just start disappearing.
Okay, but I have a question. Do you feel like you can outgrow friends?
Yes and no.
Yes, I guess you can because human beings outgrow each other all the time. But I think what is important is how that growth and distance is handled. I mean, there's some friends that I have now. We're still very great friends, but maybe at a particular period in our lives, we were a lot closer and I think when I've examined a lot of those friendships, we're very maybe dependent on ourselves in one way or the other. So we're always talking, we're always together. And then life starts evolving. Maybe I have a job that's crazy. Maybe, she, I think in her case, maybe she started dating somebody. We lived in different countries, different time zones. So our closeness wasn't as intense as it was, but nobody will like, you won't say that that's not my friend if you seriously.
Yeah.
We may not talk all the time. And
but
we're able to recognize that, we have grown apart because it's just how life happens. But if she comes today, if I go to America tomorrow, there's no way nobody will say, oh, these people are fighting. So I think it's very important how you handle. And sometimes you may not even have a friendship where you guys are even hanging out, but it's not that we've outgrown each other in a way that you can't call me. Like if you call me, I'll be like, sorry, who is this? We may not talk. Something it happens, you guys.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times, maybe with a lot of my friends now, we've grown together in so many ways that our lives are now maybe a bit too intertwined for us to actually really grow apart. I mean, never say never. I hope it never happens. But yeah, I think, sorry, I just went on about how my friends are awesome again. But it's very important to just handle that distance and that growing apart in a way that isn't hurtful to anybody, so that it's like there's still room for. Sometimes you don't speak to someone for maybe 2-3 years, and then you see each other and just pick up the friendship from wherever it left. It's not as if we're fighting. We've just had different things going on. Exactly. So
yeah, I agree with you. I think that human beings, like you said, human beings evolve, right? And I'd always use my friendship with Adele as an example. We've gone through the phase where we've actually basically lived together at some point. We've gone through a phase where we were very cute, always doing pet names, all those things. We've gone through phases where we've long distance. So I think we've gone through, but there's always it's not a conscious thing that are we okay? It's just I think we've evolved together and in different phases, just understanding who we are at different stages of our lives. And that's also with my different friendships. But for some, like you said, for some people, it's also difficult to grow together because if maybe at a stage in my life, I wasn't in a very good place, like financially with work and stuff. So it would have been difficult for some people to have continued growing with me. But we're not enemies. It's just even me that time. I know as a friend, I couldn't pour into people. I couldn't do anything for people at that time. So imagine a friend who would have needed more emotional support. I wouldn't have been able to give that to them. But I think it's possible to outgrow friends as long as there's no beef, as long as
There's
there's
no
also
beef,
communication.
yeah.
And that communication is so important. And I think that's what people miss a lot. People don't know how to communicate their feelings properly, and people don't know how to communicate their feelings with people. The way I would correct Adele will be different from the way I correct Debola, but some people want to use
that one
they want
tone for everybody.
yeah, it's silly.
And you're
do
closer
that.
to different different friendships are different. Like I can
Yes.
say, okay, I'm closer to Camille, but certain things I might call Nikki. Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, they're different. Doesn't mean that I'm not closer to her or I'm being somehow. It's just that certain situations, certain people.
Your friends need different things from
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Some friends need a soft tone, and babying, and some like maybe say one person. I use me and Sunu as an example. I have another friend, Fee. The way I might talk to Fee, maybe if I'm going through, if say Fee or whoever is going through, maybe let's say a breakup or whatever, and I can see the guy is a clown. But I know my friend, maybe it's a very sensitive friend and it's a very sensitive topic for her. I try my best to not just be like, yeah, I've told you, this guy's fucked up. If you want, go, let him disgrace you. Whereas, it's not like I can have that conversation where it's like, see, you're doing foolish things now. And foolish things are only rewarded with foolish prizes.
With more clownery.
So, if you want to continue like this, just know that this is what it is at the end of the day. And it's not as if we're fighting. I know that that's just how we like to tell each other the truth. If she's doing something, like if she's upset, overreacting about something, I'll just tell her right there and then, if you want snap, you're sure the one that is wrong here.
Yeah.
When you finish snapping and we can talk again. I will tell her, like, we can have that conversation, but with another person, I might just be like, if you ask me, maybe you weren't so right in this situation, and just breathe and just, relax, think about it, and then see how you feel after. I think it's a different approach. You can't just use one size. And I mean, I wasn't always like that before. I used to be very like, I think as you mature,
you learn.
You know that.
Yeah, it's so funny. One of our friends that's getting married. And this is what you're talking about with approach. For someone like my sister, for instance, or I don't know, someone else, I'll be like, I don't think it makes sense that you want to do this. This makes more sense. But for her, I just knew that she's the kind of person that if you go with force, she'll just completely shut down.
Yeah.
So I just said,
and she won't even take on anything that
she will not take anything. I was just watching. So one day, she was asking me about something. I just said, do you know that? I think that, do you want to consider doing this so that it would also give her the time to think about it? And she's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, then she thought about it and it was done. But so imagine if I had just gone and been like, this thing you're doing does not make sense. Well, and also, do you know that I hate shouting as well? I'll be there getting aggressive and the thing will just go in one ear like this and out the other ear.
These days, man, I've stopped. I only shout in traffic. But in my day-to-day life, I stopped. I think it's easier to communicate.
With words.
Yeah, with words. Because when you shout, there's a lot of stuff that's like lost in translation.
I know, you're the one with the headache. The person
Exactly.
you're shouting at,
you're supposed to get dry. You're just stressing yourself. These days, I just like, if I'm obsessed about something, I think I can just, even with like my staff, sort of
that's
like
another
that. I really would, because last year I think I really shouted a lot with my tailors because I had moved to London, so I was working remotely, so to speak. So every day felt like I was shouting. So this time I'm just like, my tailor was doing nonsense. I just called him. I said, hey, we spent a lot of time shouting last year. I don't think it's necessary. So this is just to tell you that we're not working together again.
Fair. I didn't see that. That's where we're going to.
I thought she was going to say that. Okay, I thought she was going to say that this is a new year, so let's not shout.
I had because I had already done that in January, and mid-January he was already doing nonsense. So I realized that I said, is either I want to keep shouting forever about the same thing, or
you leave.
So I just called him. I said, no hard feelings. We're not fighting. I'm not a tiger. I'm not here to bite anybody. I just want to relieve you of your duties. Fair. So I wish you well on this new chapter of your life.
I'm very sorry that this relationship has to end. I never knew you were a harlot.
The bad boy that you are. Always outside of my office space and outside of my compound.
I have a question. Do you have a question?
You have a question.
Okay.
My question is, what's the most unhinged, craziest thing that's ever happened to you in a friendship?
Oh, I have an answer for that, but go ahead.
I think the craziest thing that happened is what led to my friendship breakup. But I have been asked this question actually a few times, but because out of respect to her and respect to the friendship when it was good, unfortunately, I don't get into the details. But it was just too crazy for me that I just could not go on with the friendship anymore. I will tell you the story offline.
Sorry, we have not talk about offline.
Out of respect to, because if I start talking, everybody will know who it's not worth it.
Okay, fair. Well, yeah, what's your own career?
It's not actually the craziest thing, but it's the most recent that I remember because I think I've had a good friendship for the past 2 years. At my 30th birthday, one of my friends was gossiping about me at the party.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
At the very party.
Yeah. She couldn't wait for after the...
She couldn't wait to go. She was telling another friend.
And she didn't think they would tell you?
I don't even know what she thought. But even when I heard, I was just like, okay. Because it's not something that I didn't expect from the person. It was just a bit annoying because I spent how many years defending that person.
And
I
told you at every point that girl was a fool.
The dirty bitch.
Fucking liar.
Birthday.
Yeah. So even when the friendship disintegrated, because that is how it, I was just like, nobody can say I didn't try.
But Camille is actually a good person because they now asked Camille about the person, like in a work situation. I think she applied for a job, and then the person that was hiring messaged Camille to be like, "Oh, I see that you follow this person. Can you tell me a bit about her?" Camille was very nice about it, so I would have said she's a fucking bitch.
No, I think it's the best way to do because I don't think, like if you're going to get the job. If you go there and disgrace yourself, it's not really for. I would have just told the person, I'm a very responsible girl. I don't really know her that well anymore. But maybe she you can give her a chance.
That's what Camille said.
I said, probation. Yeah, see how you feel.
I said, I don't know about her work life, but the person really wanted to know about her person. I said, I don't know.
No. Personal life also has nothing to do with workplace. So I just say,
people get there, you figure it out. But she might also be good for the job.
Yeah,
so it'd be unfair for me to...
Fair.
Because not everybody that I work with that has good character.
Exactly.
Some people know how to do their work, but there are demons inside.
Oh.
And I don't really need to get into that because when I used to work, when I had a 9 to 5, I used to always tell people that I don't have any personal beef with anybody because when I drive away from the building, for me, that's
the end. Yep.
Anything you want to say, whether you want to gossip about me from morning to night,
is your business. Yep.
You will never be more than a co-worker. And there I leave that company. If you greet me maybe 2-3 years later, it's just how I am. I'm not trying to be anyhow, but I might not remember who you are. So why am I sweating and in the office? I know. So everybody for themselves. What was your question?
So my question is just about, obviously you moved.
Did she really?
Did she really?
I am a global citizen, guys. I live in the UK, but because I just love being black and I just love being African, I also live in Nigeria. So, let's just say that I'm shuttling back and forth.
After they did party for her, make some cute t-shirts. It was so cute. So I was like, hey,
but they remember that party forever. Guess what?
I wish they did not throw that party because every second they want to remind me how they did a send-off. Come back. But
life is dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow I may just be living in like France. Who knows? I'm just, I'm just like
perks of passport.
We thank God.
So, what did anything change, or did you have to change like any of your approaches or whatever to friendship? Because obviously distance became a factor, and you knew you were going to see them soon, regardless. But was there like a conscious thing like we have to do this more? I have to whatever.
I think with Itunu, you would be surprised that Itunu and I do not video call ourselves that much, and we don't talk on the phone that much, but we text round the clock. Okay. So if we're not talking on WhatsApp, we're talking on Instagram. Okay. If we're not laughing on Instagram, we're laughing on Twitter. But I think we both realized that now that, and it didn't really matter in Lagos because you see how it is. Like, if anything, I just go to her house and so we're seeing each other a lot, so it didn't really matter. So I think we now notice that, okay, now that we're both in separate countries, it was something to be very conscious about. Like, it was the most interesting thing. I think the friend that I video called the most is Yagazi. Ekati and I video call each other for the most mundane and stupid things. Sometimes, I'm on the call like, why are we here? With it, it was very different. So I just tried to plug all those. Then some friends, maybe, if sometimes communication is dwindling in group chat, I'll go to group chat, hey, ladies, hey, I'm still alive. Don't forget me. So it was actually not so hard to manage. And because I moved, I don't know what it was last year, but I was really never alone. It was the strangest thing. It seemed like there was always a friend from Nigeria at some. If it's not B, it's I saw Yagazi, we went to Italy, then I saw Itunu, then Yewande came, then literally Faye, when I got there, Faye was there, she had just given birth. I don't think I actually really felt any serious loneliness, and I have a friend in England too, who was actually really lovely to me, Jen lecturer, actually. She's a stylist, guys, if you're looking for a stylist in London. Jen was really lovely. She would take me everywhere. We would hang out so much. So I don't think, if she works in fashion and PR, so if there's an event, she's like, oh, Vanessa, let's go. So I didn't really feel any loneliness. So I just tried my best to just at least not let maybe a week or 2 weeks pass without hearing Itunu's voice. At least, even if it's just, sometimes we would just video call each other hi, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay,
but
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's cute.
Yeah, just so we've seen each other.
I love that. I love that. Problem is, I see her there 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Yeah,
We work out together.
We work together. I'm in Lagos.
We see each other.
It's me and it's Shout out to her husband, man. But hey.
I'm sure he's I'm not gonna say it, but I'm happy that this girl is going back to.
Let me have my wife.
The other day when I might go back, I just forget about it. I just forget that. I'm sure he enjoyed her last year when I was away. Now is my year. But man, she was soon. Wow, soon you actually get him. Oh shit, man. I'm happy for my friend, but my road dog. But hey, evolution.
Is it not easy to do that is always saying that you're always crashing in the club? She ain't slowing down for nobody.
Exactly. She's still outside with her man.
Likes to go out too much.
Wow.
And people think I am the one that always wants to go out. No, it's not me. It's how you want it. I like to start the night at 10. And by 1 a.m., I like to be saying my goodbyes so that by 2:30, I've done my nighttime routine. I'm in bed at 2, 3. And what she'll do, she'll trick me and say, oh, let's enter the car, we are going home. Then maybe when we now get to roundabouts, we are supposed to go left to her house. The next thing, the car will be going right. No. Luckily, we've not had those in a while, and I thank God. I think everybody is getting in their auntie bag.
I think everybody's tired.
But
then
when
you want to pick up,
that's the issue. So everybody should rest in Jesus' name.
Amen.
No.
All right, anything else, or do we do Unhinged tweets?
Unhinged tweets. Let's move on.
So I love Twitter. There's nothing you can't find on Twitter. So I'm going to read some tweets that I found.
Okay.
I sometimes think about the time I was at this man's home and saw got to be free spray. I'm thinking, oh great, this man is ran through. Anyway, long story short, yes, he was ran through, but the got to be was actually for him. He had a lace front.
Oh gosh.
So, does he have a weak start?
What kind of lace front was it?
I'm okay with personal.
Was it long? Was it a bob?
I don't know, man.
Would you have a question? What would you? Because this happened to my friend once. Imagine you go out to the club, you meet a guy. The club is dark. Typically,
oh my God,
nighttime. So you guys are drinking, you guys are having fun. Then it's like, oh, how do we take this night further, right? Okay, let's go back to your place. And then imagine you go back to his place, and the next thing he reduces 3 inches in height, and then you see he was wearing heels.
No, wearing heels is crazy. As a man, that's crazy. No, wearing heels is crazy. Well, no, that's crazy.
I'll try on the heels for vibes, and I'll just say, wow, I do need to go home at this point.
No, wearing heels is crazy.
Streets, please. Niggas, man.
I picked this out specifically for you. Just remember, someone told me they shot a Nollywood movie in their house. That Jim Ike was in it and finished all the Zobo in
Does it say who tweeted it?
No, I just typed it out. I'll show you on my phone.
Show me. Hey, boy, he's a cultural icon. I'll be happy to give him Zobo in my house. fighting for you.
Maybe the Zobo was mad and he said,
I could do a little bit more of that.
Romance or something. I start talking a lot. Please, give me one chill.
Shout out to Jamaica. We love you.
We love you, but damn. Please buy them Zobo. I was leading W Bar yesterday and saw this married guy I knew who became a father recently. Tell me why when I congratulated him, he told me, shh, don't let the women around us hear me.
Loser.
But then it's not even surprising because that's another conversation for another day, man. Let's just leave that for now.
Yeah,
My family friend came for a wedding. He lives in London and like 90% of his friends are Weibo. So he came to Lagos for a wedding and a lot of his night friends moved back to Nigeria and are married with kids. When he went to go back to Nigeria, he called me and he was in shock. He was like, what is going on in Lagos? That all his friends that were married were chasing babes, that they told their wives must come for the wedding and they were all chasing babes. And he now called one of them and was like, what are you doing now? I was like, go free this one. This is Lagos.
What does that mean? This is Lagos. Because one time, I have been, it was a very interesting, funny situation. I was out with somebody, when was this? I can't remember, not recently, like a while ago. And, so we're just having dinner. Not that anyone had toasted anybody, but we're making conversation. And I was like, oh, when was your last relationship? And he's like, oh, what do you mean last relationship? I was like, oh, sorry, are you currently in a relationship? He was like, I'm married. I was like, oh, nice. Cool. So, why are we here? And he was like, oh, where I'm from, like, it's not a big deal. Like, so I thought maybe, he was going to tell me he's Muslim or he's from the north and, you can marry another wife. I mean, different religions permit different things. So I asked him, I was like, why are you Muslim? He said, no, I'm Christian. I was like, so where is it that you're from that you can have? He said, I'm from Lagos.
Shake it, waka. If you're watching this, waka.
Okay, I was just mad. Like, well, what do I know? Anyway,
he's mad.
That's a bit wild.
Nice one, bro.
I hope his wife will cheat back.
Usually, I want to say usually women don't cheat back, but I don't know, man.
Women be cheating boost and women are the best cheaters.
My sisters,
because they can never
you guys don't roll like that.
I love it. Wink,
but,
wink.
Do what you need to do to survive.
As in, every man for themselves, so. What do I know? It's not Vanessa that told you that. Please.
That's off my Unhinged tweets.
Okay, so I have Unhinged stories.
Okay.
First of all, my boyfriend is trying to unbody me. I've always had my hair, nails, and lashes done. Most times I pay for this myself, but since I got into a relationship, I expect my boyfriend to at least sometimes pay. But all he does is complain. When he does, I just go ahead and pay for it myself. Then it becomes a big issue. And he says, why do I need all of these things that I'm pretty without them? This man is rich. So I don't understand why it's even an issue.
Wow,
there's a war on bad bitches.
This is why I say...
There's an attack. There's something that is going on.
Dating a rich man means nothing.
Nothing.
You need to date a generous man.
Your man can be rich and
do you understand?
Not give you anything.
A rich man can be tight. You have to date a generous man. A man that wants to make you happy.
But my thing is, if he doesn't want to give her the money, why is he upset when she pays?
Maybe he doesn't want her to be looking so mad now, so that men will not look
That's what I was about to say. You met her like that. You know she likes that.
Girls, this is why you should test men early. Just say crazy things like, I need 1 million. I don't look at what happened to me, and just to see what he will say.
The next thing they will go on Twitter and say, hey,
women,
guys, see how I escape billing.
You just have to do it, or be like, I was driving today and my tire popped. I don't know what to do. I'm in the car.
And see what he says.
You just have to just say outlandish things to men.
Do you know something? I don't know. I always say that the way our guy friends look after us.
There's
no man that can treat us less.
There was one day.
My guy
friends take care of me.
My guy friends have looked after me. Here we may have some ripples here and there, but I would say they have. It's not been all bad. They've been down for me, actually.
Yeah, like...
And it's very easy for them, I think, to take care of you. I think one time, what was I going that? Someone ran into my car. And my friend was just like... Because I was having a full-on meltdown. Yeah. My friend was just like, well, I shouldn't worry that he'll sort it out. So he ended up sending his mechanic and the driver to, like, pick up the car. maybe 2-3 days, my car was back in my house. Like nothing happened.
That actually happened to me before.
Yeah.
Like our friend, I put it in the group chat. He called me immediately. He was like, "Where are you? I'm on my way." I'm like, "No, it's fine. My driver is here. He's just gonna drop me at home." And then he was like, "Are you sure I'm coming?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." So imagine being romantically involved with somebody and they can't even do the bare minimum. You just have to be from the
Even
beginning.
with my female friendships as well.
Exactly. But can we just
so-
talk about the basic thing, which is that this guy dated a girl that was not what he wanted. You're dating a babe. You know you don't want a babe. You want a babe that will not wear earrings, natural hair, no makeup.
I don't even
Guys
think
do
it's that. I just
a
think that obviously
lot.
he has gotten her now, so he wants her to now be what he wants her
Right.
to be.
Yeah, that's
not
what I'm
necessarily.
saying. So that's what I'm saying. People always they're always looking for who they will change.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever,
So from
like-
the beginning, if she had said, "Oh, I need 200K to do my hair," and I acted crazy, she would have known that okay, this one is
Exactly.
crazy. So this is why when a man is talking to you, you have to ask him for crazy things just to see his reaction.
Let's
And
see
this
how
is a
far
lesson.
you
Just to
can
say
take
exactly it's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
I do it all the time. I'll just be like, "Oh, today is XYZ day. I think I need sushi today." Just to see what you say.
Some people will ask you, where is the sushi place? But will not say it's an auntie. They'll be like, oh, nice, enjoy.
Or they'll say,
So
you're
yeah.
eating sushi in Lagos. No, I can't eat. When they don't want to buy it, so you're eating sushi in Lagos. I can't eat
You
sushi
just
in
have
One of
Lagos.
the
to-
tweets that I saw, I think some girl on Twitter said that she was talking to a guy who used to say that he doesn't like dates. Then she now invited him on a date. That the way he was.
Oh yes. I saw that.
Almost first to
Cheap
arrive
slot.
at the restaurant. The guy doesn't want to spend his money on
Thank
her.
you.
Thank you. Okay, next one. I love my wife very much. We have no issues except for one thing. Our sex life is dead. I've tried every single thing I can think of to spice it up, but she doesn't care. It wasn't always this bad, so I'm not sure how we got here. Would it be bad if I cheated on her?
It will be bad if you cheat on her.
So,
Let me just start by answering the question. It will be bad.
It will be bad
so
now.
it will definitely be bad. I think people, I don't know, man. Or sex is really nice. So. How is important, Sha, but
Is it
I think
possible?
maybe they should go to therapy. There
He
might be
said
an
he's trying.
underlying
He said he's
issue.
trying, and she said no.
But man, we're not licensed therapists.
So we
don't
can
wanna
actually-
see that as a, like,
But
you go take the
also-
problems to where
You know, I don't really trust men. What did you do? Something there was something
there
happened
might
somewhere.
be something he's leaving out.
Yeah,
Thank
something
you.
happened somewhere.
But assuming that there's nothing he's done, instead of talking to the timeline, he should probably go and
Talk to a therapist.
Yeah, because-
Exactly.
this story is so vague.
So
Nobody knows what
vague.
really
Okay,
happened.
oh, you just stop having bad.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. My friend keeps cheating on her boyfriend and I can't take it anymore. He's such a good
And
guy.
what's her business?
Wait, now let me finish.
I don't.
Let me finish now. Jesus Christ. He's such a good boyfriend. He pays all her bills, flies her out, and does all the necessary things that she needs. He doesn't cheat. He genuinely loves this fool. But this guy is a pathological liar and a cheat.
Guess what? She wants
I'm
to sleep
all
with this guy.
wait now. Let me finish. I'm all for running nigger streets, but this one is too much. He recently called me to ask me about some things that he had heard about her. I kept it vague and said I wasn't quite sure about any of this, but honestly, I'm so tempted to call this man and tell him the truth because when I called her to say he had called me because he's being suspicious, this fool cussed me out and told me that why am I interested in her man? I don't mind throwing away this friendship because clearly this girl is a fool.
She claims that's her friend. I think the way she's talking about her.
Exactly. So
It's
first
penny
thing-
her boost. She's jealous boost.
the way
What?
it's really penny her makes me question her intent.
Yes.
Are you bothered that a good, holy, saintly man is being harmed as, I don't know, Jesus Christ? Or are you upset that this man is everything that you want and he's with someone that you think doesn't value that? Whereas if it was you would
do
be carrying
everything.
him on
Let
his
me
head, on
cater
your head
to
like
you.
Gilly.
Thank you.
Again, with what I said with the job thing, why is this? Who are you to this situation? Are you
Thank
the
you.
one who appointed you this guy's
Thank you.
savior?
And even if he
It's-
called you, you've already said you didn't tell him anything. So just
Yeah,
keep
so
it
move
quiet.
on.
Move
If your
on with your
friend-
life.
If you're saying from the way you're even calling your friend this fool, that fool, clearly there is already issues in this friendship.
Yes.
So you can just, instead of stressing
Excuse
yourself
yourself.
out and
Just
excuse yourself. Let them sort
I
themselves
agree.
out. You're not anybody's savior. You're not the one that is in charge. You're not the one that is meant to fix it. If he's gonna find out, let
find
him
out.
find out on his. Let them do their thing.
Thank
Because
you.
for the venom and the
Bruh.
full,
It's clearly paining her.
My friend is
doing
Something else has happened and she didn't
yes, there's
understand.
something
Yes.
else that she's not saying because damn shit.
First of all, if my friend does something, I'm not writing any letter to any stupid anybody. I'm like, and let's even just start. The second is between me and the friend. Which one am I going to tell the husband?
Yeah,
and
is she
all
friends
that's about?
with the guy or friends with? Is that as in?
That is crazy.
I don't get. I'm not saying she should accept it or be happy with it, but just excuse yourself from the situation.
The worst person
Why
that she
you
wrote
so
this
upset?
thing thinking that they'll drag the friend.
She's so like, she should take it easy. If you want, you just unpack whatever. And then, damn,
Okay,
girl.
final story. My friend is getting married, but I know that her fiance recently met up with the ex at a hotel. I don't know if anything happened between them. I just know that the meeting happened. Am I supposed to tell her? I don't want to be the reason that someone's marriage doesn't happen. But honestly, I keep thinking about the fact that I actually saw this guy in a hotel with his ex.
Very.
This
touchy.
one is touchy because yes, you saw them, but you couldn't have it proof
don't
that
know what
anything
happened.
happened.
It depends on the friend and depends on the friendship. Emotional intelligence is very important.
Yep.
The more you become an adult. If it's Itunu, I'm so sorry. I have to just tell her. Because if she found out
That you knew.
that I knew and I saw them when I was busy forming, okay, I don't have proof. So maybe they were praying inside the hotel room. That she will not find that funny. Whereas there's somebody else I may tell that who may not be able to help but take it out of me. It's not something that they may be doing intentionally, but it's like, okay, you saw them in a hotel. Did you see them inside the bed? Did you see them kissing? You're not like, no, they were just walking in the lobby. What if she was following him to collect gele for her boyfriend? Like, it could be anything. Like, so there's some people I may tell, but it depends on the level of friendship. There's some friends I just have to just yarn that, and I will be very clear that, please, I did not see anything. This is the extent to which I saw. If he hasn't told you, maybe you should ask him why. But I'm not coming here to just raise alarm and say, oh, I saw him cheating on you. I saw them in the hotel, and that is the most I saw. But I won't keep it. I don't think it would be fair to my friend because I would expect to be told. Yeah.
Fair. Okay, so we've come to the end of the episode.
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy myself. Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you.
So, as usual, like this video, comment, share, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. And most importantly, if you have money for us, please call us. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.